This is Martin Richards from Coaching for Educators, located here in Gothenburg, Sweden. And this seminar has reminded me how coaching influences, impacts, and informs all communication in a school, not simply with a student, a teacher, but also the head teachers, the management team. It's a common language, a language that brings hope and energy into the place where there should be the most energy, an education, a school. So I'm full of hope for how coaching can bring what we need back into the education system.
I'm happy to go next. I'm Karen Cruz from the UK, and I have my company's Cruz Coaching Consultancy, where I work mainly with young people in education. I've just set up a second company, Flourished Minds, all about flourishing the minds of young people. My mission is to make people realise just how amazing coaching is in helping young people to realise their talents. We've got some very, very talented young people out there, and sometimes they don't realise, and the teachers don't realise, and the parents don't realise. But coaching really helps that to come out. So I'm on a worldwide mission.
Great. And we love your mission.
Oh, good.
I can go.
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. I'm Huda Murad from Amman, Jordan. I am a HNLP and a practitioner and a coach. For every school, for every admin, for every teacher, for every student, and all the lovely parents, I invite you to really think about coaching. Coaches are now almost everywhere, and they are willing to help with all the changes in 2020, with all the challenges we're facing, with all the years to come of uncertainty. Coaches can be your anchor, and coaches and coaching process can help your children, our lovely children, to have a better vision for the world and to be independent, kind of with their soul and mind and thinking, to have a better future. And thank you.
Thank you so much. So many great things you are saying. And thank you so much for bringing in a warm presence with those words as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Liz Keeble from the UK. I work through Learning Pockets UK is the company that I founded in order to work particularly with young people. And one of the things that I wanted to show as being important from today was the idea that we started with of the importance of self-concept, the importance of self. And from my perspective, nobody can achieve anything unless they have a really strong, secure concept of themselves and what they can achieve. So working with young people enables them to do that on an individual basis. But the idea of working through the school and having teachers being aware of their own self-concept and the impact that they're having on learners is going to help with the whole school culture of coaching, starting right from the top and all the way through to the pupils themselves. And then everybody's going to benefit if they all have that impact of what they can achieve through their own self-concept.
Great. Thank you. I love that we found a common ground in the self. Thanks, Liz.
I'm Angie Shearer. I'm from Scotland in the UK. I'm actually a teacher myself, but recently gained my ICF accredited coaching qualification because just over the years I found that the rise in mental health issues in young people and staff struggling with work-life balance and burnout, that teaching alone just wasn't helping me help the youngsters I was working with be the best that they could be and achieve their potential. So coming across coaching where you support a youngster, and I've supported a few staff as well, but especially youngsters is where my passion lies. Helping them from where they are, maybe lack of confidence, self-belief, they don't believe they can achieve X, Y, Z, and helping them get from there to somewhere they never thought was possible is really inspiring. And I know that many other youngsters are in the same boat, where they've got so much more potential than they're showing, and just with the help of a supportive coach, being totally non-judgmental, asking the right questions, giving them time and space to reflect on what they want and how they can get there, could really make such a difference to these young people. And I'm just really passionate about working with other coaches who are passionate about coaching and education and young people to share and work together to try and help more young people the best that we can.
Yes, thank you. Something so important is coming up in your words, and so important to raise it, to raise awareness of it, that they are not alone and help is out there, especially during these times. It is a very important message. Thanks for sharing that and joining us as well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maisa Khalil. I'm based in Dubai. I'm a coactive coach and ACC. I help people to achieve their goals and realize their dreams. I invite parents, students, teachers to experience coaching, to invest in their future. Children are the future, especially now. So give it a try, partner with a coach, and good luck. Thank you.
Discussion, and also I just love the phrase that came out of one of the research papers, from me to we, because to me that's always been my philosophy. I was in business before I became a teacher, and also sort of coached and mentored IT people who sometimes were difficult because sometimes their communication skills were interesting, but I just think that out of this, and the philosophy that I have is to believe that everybody can improve from coaching, from the highest level to the lowest level. As you say, we're never a perfect finished article. We're always, we can always sort of improve it and move on. And I actually think in this current time, and the link to the global awareness and the global education, I think it puts everybody in the same situation, because we're all grounded and we can all reflect and move forward. And I'd like to hope that maybe teachers out of all this get a little bit more respect from this current situation and people having to try to homeschool, because it's not that easy with 1, 2 or 3, and as opposed to a classroom. But I just do think that it's really good that people maybe have had time to reflect, and that maybe we can move forward and self-improve and have a self-awareness that maybe we've had time to engage in, having had this time at home. So thank you for the opportunity.
First of all, thank you for this. Hi, Joshna. We are students with Joshna. For me, having had my child at home and having had her in a school where they encourage coaching, including children themselves, they coach each other. That's very interesting. I had my child coach me once. It was very interesting because they are taught to even, intervene in situation or from a coaching angle. And I looked at it and I thought, I don't think we give teachers as much support as they need. And having spoken about intervening only when things go wrong and not being a source of support throughout the journey from the time we start in those schools, I think that has been lacking. And it's been a great time for all of us to reflect on that and see going forward how we can support kids more. Even as parents, opening up to coaching opportunities and participating in those and coaching our children through from when they are little, so it becomes a norm, not a mode of intervention when things go wrong. Because even for teenagers, when we are coaching them, it's because maybe they're running in with the wrong crowd, or we want them to coach them into their career choices. And when it's something foreign being introduced at a later stage in life, then it's met with resistance. And I just, my hope is that we can see coaching as a way of life and not something so difficult. And I think going forward, we need more research in coaching. I'm also doing one in coaching and faith and intercultural interference that comes around that, because sometimes our own faith may hinder or drive the coaching experience. Thank you
so much for talking on behalf of the parents and bringing this voice in. It's just so much needed, and it was so authentic, and sharing your story. I really appreciated it.
Yeah, so hi, Joshna here. I'm from India, practicing in Dubai. What I loved about the seminar is, what I'm happy about the fact is that I'm not alone in this whole quest of providing coaching for teachers, because I do understand young students or youngsters need it. But for me, the most important is, I feel, the teachers, because of the kind of pressures and stress they go through. And like Ruth mentioned, that they do get neglected during the way, because they're expected to be such great multitaskers that we forget where they come from, their journey, and how to respect them during the whole process. And I feel coaching is definitely a beautiful way of doing that. And I'm very happy that it's already started in the Middle East, because I am all for that. That's what I'm doing. I want to bring it back to India for sure, because I definitely think the teachers and the school systems require coaching here too. So that's what is the commitment I'm keeping for myself in the future.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, for bringing the students' voice in, for bringing a change maker's voice in. Yeah, loving the spirit there.
Hey guys, so Suj Munir. So I work for the Ministry of Education as well. I think the key thing for me is I want to make sure that the coaching is still recognised as a specialist skill. So not everybody can be a coach. However, the skills and strategies that we use within coaching, being more aware of how that can support our education system, especially within the sort of UAE or the Middle East where I'm located just now.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Suj.
So my name is Marina. I'm based in Dubai. I'm a brain-based coach, also certified for coaching students and young adults. A lot of things have been just said now, so it's difficult to add more. However, I think that whether it's an adult teacher or a student, a young adult, in both cases, it can help to develop awareness about their potential. It also gives another, like a big picture for the students, the real reason that they have to go through exam and studies, and can help them not just in their academic path, but also in life in general. And same for the teachers. They can then probably also develop listening skills that they may have to increase. But anyway, that can also help them in their private life as well. It's a combination there, because after all, we're all human beings, whether we are a teacher or a student, or no matter the profession we have.
Great. Thanks. Great reminder. No matter who we are, we definitely need to grow, and coaching can be a good tool for that. So I would just like to say wonderful people are out there on the planet. They are very excited to share the passion of coaching. You have just heard them, saying, expressing, sharing, and reach out to any of us. Reach out to know more. Reach out if you don't want to be stuck in your perspective. Reach out if you want to have a choice. And reach out if you want to empower yourself and your relationships.